Hello. Thought I'd talk today a little bit about how I started and got to where I am in this moment with Ganesha at my back. So, the channeling journey started for me after doing the Monroe technique, or what's called hemisync. I play binaural beats, one beat in one ear and a slightly, or one tone in one ear and a slightly different tone in the other ear. And it creates a third frequency, which you can experience as kind of like a wobble between the two, which will synchronize both hemispheres of your brain. If you haven't looked it up, look up Robert Monroe or Hemisync. He's got an app and a website and an institute and a whole gate. It's called the Gateway Process. So you can download, or there's a lot of free stuff online. Uh, Hit me up or send me an email if you want to get the audio files. I can make them available to you. There's about 6 folders of them, complete with a PDF where you can kind of have some verbal or written instructions or kind of what to expect during each of the processes. And in my experience, I went through the first 3 waves and then found over time that I didn't need the audio. Uh, since we're all channeling anyway, in a way, creating form from that which is formless, we can get into that mode of experience in many different ways. I've spoke about this a little bit before, and like dancing, singing, making food, speaking with your friends, get into this kind of flow state where there's not really a thought or an analyzation about the next thing. It's just all happening right in the moment. And yeah, I mean, it's always this moment, but this moment will never be again. So allowing, like in the previous video, being in receptance to what's available, our receptivity, when it's broadened, when it's heightened, when it's enhanced, then more of what's already here becomes available. That's what realization is just seeing things for how they already are. But like Sadhguru says, I was an idiot up until that point. I like Alan Watts and teachers that have a hint of rascality. You know, we sharpen the blade too much, it can become blunt. So having that note of frivolity of playfulness in a way, I think is healthy. So I started doing the Monroe technique, and over time I started doing it just without the audio. And I went to Kailash one time, felt like I needed to go there. sitting inside the mountain with a just huge, expansive bookshelf above me. I'm usually sitting under the trees or going out to the stars. The experience of being outside of your body is really it's I as you can see, it's ineffable. I try to put words onto it, and unless you've been there, it's gonna sound like crazy. It might sound crazy, you know. Like, how is that possible? Oh, like all these connotations come up. It's like telling a blind man about a sunset without using color or light terminology, perhaps. So I was in the Monroe technique one night, and this time I asked for any beings that wanted to come through, and the first being that showed up was this, where I got an image of a person clothed, relaxing on a couch, and the face was just golden light. Like I couldn't see any definition of a face or a nose or eyes, ears or hair. They're kind of wearing the same kind of shirt, maybe had a collar, like a fold down collar. And I got the message that I said, "Hey, what's your name? What do you want me to call you?" And they said, "Mr. Smithers." Which is hilarious. Of course, being any kind of communication, just to outline this, any kind of communication that we receive comes in a way that we can understand it. Right? It's not going to speak Russian to me, whoever's coming in. If they did, I wouldn't understand it. So they're going to speak to me using my own words, or my library of energy that I've experienced. Now, I'm not saying that someone speaks Russian, I'm not going to understand it. You might get some hints. You might be able to tune in to the vibe of the thing. But there's a more effective translation when you're coming from your own experience in a way. And I got Mr. Smithers, and the reasoning was because I'm second to the big one, or second to the big guy. Later that night, I had a dream. I was in this like 2-story house that seemed familiar, but I had never been there. And this one super yoked dude comes up to me and just hugs, like bear hugs me, like was super gratified, like happy. And we go out into the living room area, and either there was no roof at that time, or we could see I could see through the walls. But then this like 60-70 foot humanoid just bends down on one knee and is like, I got this same gratification, this like same acknowledgement in a way. And so channeling, it seems like, is a way for our physical earthly experience can, with dedication or perseverance or being receptive to it, can then open the floodgates, open the walls, open the boundaries, the limits to receive whatever needs to come in. which is what we do when we draw or we paint or we're singing or having a good day or having a bad day. Like, the first time I channeled, it was kind of choppy. Uh, Speaking with my friends were helping me out. I told them, hey, this is what happened. You want to ask me some questions, so that happened, and kind of went on with it from there. And wherever it needed to show up, besides now, it just seems like now is more repetitive, or it feels like I'm more aligned than I was that first few times. The first few times it felt like I was because my logical side would want to take over and understand the things that were going on, and no, don't say this, yes, say this, like trying to step in the way. But with that receptivity, just allowing, it seems like there's more of a free flow, not needing to know the goal, not needing to know the answer. And so maybe, yeah, I'm talking to myself. I think we're all versions of the same thing, experiencing yourself in different ways. And that's been my experience. Uh, there's so many experiences that we have had that have led us up to this point. So this moment is inevitable, and this moment has so much grace in it. You could say all of creation is in support of this moment, and if you exist to see this video, if anybody existing anywhere is worthy of that existence. You wouldn't exist if you weren't part of creation, and you weren't relevant, and you weren't worthy. You weren't needed in some aspect. Creation wouldn't be complete without that person, animal, thing, experience in it. And I love to give what have experienced, the fruits of the journey, so to speak. Like a plum tree doesn't eat plums. Red, if you look into the way light reacts with things, red isn't red for itself. Red is red for others. So in a way, our gifts, our talents are meant for others as well. There's so much more that led me here that it probably will be shared in future videos, but I wanted to outline some of that initial stage of the channeling journey. When I've been channeling Ja-Quel, I'll start with 7 alms. I put myself into a comfortable clothing, sit in a comfortable way, and if you want to channel, find out what excites you, find out what works for you. If you want to start painting, if you want to start dancing or creating computer games or whatever, there's a little bit of figuring it out for yourself despite of what everybody else is doing. You might be able to take bits and pieces and then you make this vibrantra or special adaptation that only you can create. We're not really creating, we're really recycling in a way. But it's all good. Oh. I think I'm going to channel here for a little bit. I invite you to take 3 breaths in with me. Deep breaths to your stomach. Deep breath in. Let it out and relax. 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 Deep breath in. Out. Relax. 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 Another deep breath in. Out fully and relax. Fully relaxing into the breath. You can chant with me if you want. I highly advise chanting because it helps to balance, to stabilize, and then to build with intensity. Greetings. Notes of authenticity. To be who you are without judgment or fearful repercussions that are sidelined like twin engines or twin bulls on a cart. The bulls should be wanting to go the same direction. If they start in opposite directions, then a conflict internally can ensue. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to burn the cakes. It's okay to observe the hate, because ideas and perceptions that we may have accumulated can serve, but also can be left. What's right for you, what's right for us, only we can judge. Yes, parents are God in the eyes of a child, knowing when to eat, when to sleep, what games to play, what seeds to plant, so the fruit we will reap. can be a vibratory change in one's life. Yet, some of these experiences are like one-offs. And sometimes we hold on to these symbols as if that's the only path to be walked. Some things are there just for the season. Some things are there for the lifetime. It's up to us to decide. It's up to us to write that rhyme. A mixture of time and energy, of consciousness, and the space to move in are simple ratios that can be used effectively, if so choosing. These things are all offerings. All teachers can give, all guides, all yogis, all babas, swamis, is an offering. It's up to us to take that and to do with it what we will. We've talked of remembrance, of allowance, which builds to an experience of authenticity. The blemish on your face, the way you write your words, the way you sing your songs. Nobody else can do it quite like you. Yes, being ordinary is not a bad thing, but being unique is not a bad thing. These are all tools, offerings, that are given to us, reflected through the ones that carry them. Violins, cellos. The strings are taut so that when you add friction with some deterministic alignment, you get a sweet sound that resonates. The same is true with this form and most forms. Be in authenticity. If you're a busy bee, gotta go to a lot of flowers. That's just what you do. So someone sitting on the couch, somebody who doesn't go to a lot of flowers, might not understand what it's like to go to a lot of flowers. Comparison can then be a thief of your joy, of your creativity. But nobody can do it like you. And you are worthy to be doing it. Whatever it is that excites you, that makes you feel whole. WHOLE. The black hole, where there is no separation. The black void, where you can jump in and never suffer any thoughts of safety. Because we're always falling. I invite you to be authentic. And thank you for this moment. We are here so that we may serve. These bodies are just rentals. We got to give it back sometime. Thank you. Usually after channeling, I've got a feeling like I'd just been meditating for a long time. And I'm present during the auditory, vibratory, verbal communication. But I'm more in the projector room than sitting out in the audience watching the movie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.